starting from the top. Today's going to be a little different than what I normally do. Yes, it's Thriving Thursdays, and yes, I'm all about being grateful. I even have a tattooed on my wrist because I believe in it. But a part of doing that or being grateful also incorporates and means you have to address life head on as well. So I'm grateful for the opportunities that have been extended to me, and throughout my life, they've allowed me to become the man that I am, to offer options, opportunity, and possibility to everyone. Yet at the same time, there's a side of me that many of you do not know. And that part of me, I'm going to open up a little bit today. Why? Because I am filled with rage against injustice. There's so many things in this life that we've been conditioned to do that we don't even realize that are impacting our ability to think more clearly. So when I say die faster, yes, please, if you're in the conversation of those who are slowing up the progression of the human mind, of mankind, because you want to hold on to what you think is so dear and true, die faster. Leave the planet because you're in the way of progression and possibility for so many millions of people so that you feel safe in your insecurity. See, insecurity is that thing that we've been accustomed to, that we've accepted and adopted, and then we blame others for. And in our country, that's a really big thing. We've held on to our insecurities and did not and refused to face the truth because of our insecurities, the things that make us feel good about us, leave us alone, let me stay in my corner. But the reality of it is you've got to go. You're in the way of progress. You're in the way of what's next. You're in the way of what's to come. You're in the way of the lives of millions of children and people who are on this planet who have vision, purpose, and passion. It's the vision, purpose, and passion that takes us forward. It's the vision, purpose, and passion that allowed us to discover where we can go, who we are, and created a space for others to show up. But if you're stuck in your world of what you feel so close, so dear, you get in the way of everything else. So die faster. We need you to move on. We need you to get out of the way of what's now. That's freedom for all. That's possibility for all, regardless of what they look like. That's equality for all. Whether you agree with it or not, die faster. Get out the way. As DMX is most famously known for, move, B. Get out the way. Get out the way. Because we're here. And I don't mean just me. I mean the spirit of now. One of the things that I love about millennials is that they're not taking no for an answer. They're not willing to stand back and allow their friends and peers to be cursed, to be damned, to be doomed, to be shut off, cut off because of our conservative mind or the things that make us feel good. I love it. I love them for it. I love them for it because enough is enough. It is time that we move forward. It's time that we progress. And I don't mean I'm a progressive. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. Let's start there. That alone is the biggest lie on the planet. The idea that us against them goes back to kindergarten. At what point will you grow up? At what point will you realize that you are a human? You are a male, you are a female, or whatever that looks like, but you're one or the other. You're humankind, and you are not defined by political fronts. You're neither. Neither. Let it go. We've been so tricked, so caught up in this imagination of needing to take a side for something. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for it. Garbage. Because that's not what it's about. That's the trick that's played on our minds to get us to side so that the game can continue to play. All of us pawns simply moving around, being shifted here and there without even thinking for ourselves. All of us, many of us have that Al Bundy syndrome. You know what I'm talking about. Back in high school, still living back in the day as if that's reality, as if that's now. When the truth is high schoolers today are trying to make a difference. They're not willing to stay in their success of last year. They're looking to create a possibility of something moving forward. My little girl in high school is fighting for gay rights. She's straight. She's fighting for Black Lives Matter because they do. She's not willing to live on a planet that allows the ignorance of the past to continue. And as her father, it is my duty to leave a planet and a place where she can grow up, not having to look over her shoulder, where she can grow up, partnering with her friends who don't look like her, who don't believe like her, who don't act like her, who don't choose like her, etc. And the list goes on. So you need to die now and get out the way. Die fast. Like really, get out the way. There's too much to be accomplished. I know I sound crazy and passionate today. You have no idea. You have no idea. To think that I live on a planet in a country where I have to at some point just to be responsible. Instead of us changing the laws so that they make sense and people have choices, just to be responsible, I have to consider going to get a gun permit? What the have we come to? Really, is that progression or is that regression? It's called regression. We're moving backwards because we're so wanting to hold on to the things that we call important and dear and true. That's garbage. That's the past. That's the old. That needs to be burned up and thrown away. Doesn't make sense for no man, no woman to have to go purchase a gun and feel really good about hitting the target, because this is the old wild, wild west. What kind of world have we come to, friends? I'm all about thriving. Yes, I am. But as a part of thriving, we've got to address the things that are in our way and destroy them so that they don't have the opportunity to continue to bloom like bad weeds. Yeah, I know. This dude's lost his mind today. I'm okay with that. Because I'm tired of bottling it inside, being the freaking nice guy so that you can live the crappy life you've been living, not confronting your own demons. Because it's not about me, it's about you. The you inside that you are not confronting. And if you don't choose to confront the you on the inside, screw you. Because my life doesn't need to adapt to yours. We're in this thing together. But a part of being there together and what makes relationships work is when you are willing to confront your demons, your fears, your insecurities. Because otherwise, we're playing the game and being manipulated. Think about it. It goes back as far as sports. I'm a Michigan Wolverine. Never played on a team whatsoever. Never enrolled in a school. I'm a Michigan Spartan. Probably went to the school. I used to live on the campus. Who cares? But we've been so divided to put our identities in things that are not us. We get to hide behind things that are not us. And then we hold on to them as if they're our faith, as if they're our truth. And we forget that we have so much more in common that's available to us that if we came together, we'd all thrive. You see, I don't have a problem with sports. I still like who I like. I still cheer. I still get excited. But the problem is when it crosses over into I'm thinking that I'm the one who put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears for my team to win. Do you get what I'm saying? That's when the problem kicks in. When I think that I'm the one who won the championship, but I wasn't on the court. I didn't put the hours in. I don't get a paycheck. My identity is not lost in the sports that I enjoy. And I encourage you to step out of the sports you enjoy, whether it's your politics, whether that's your faith, doesn't matter. Even that conversation. You want to thrive, you want to create a world, let's get back to the fundamentals, because all faiths get back to the fundamentals, that God is love. And if you're doing anything outside of love, what are you doing? I might save that for talking and conversation with others, because that's a whole pathway for me that I would love to go down with people who are intelligent and willing to have a conversation around what love actually looks like, because it's not the controlling nature that we've put out in our world that's made people feel abolished, that's made people feel in prison, that's made people feel cursed, that's made people feel weird on the inside, because that's all a lie. But see, that's the game we've been playing. We've been putting out there all these parameters that make us feel good. And then we're saying to hell with everyone else. In politics, in schooling, in religion, faith, I love competition, but competition is meant for play. In this game of life, the only competition that I truly have is to become better at being me. Why? Because it's not about me. It's about me being able to serve you so that your experience exchanges with mine and we intermingle and we expand and we grow. How many times does someone have to die and we hear about what they wish they had done. Yet, we continue repeating the same cycle over and over again, defending our way. I don't have a problem with your way. I only have a problem if you're not willing to listen and exchange with me and with others to expand your point of view, because guess what? Not one of us knows it all. So why? Why hang on to something to the point that we don't even communicate, or that all we look to do is to fight or to defend? Kindergarten. Die fast. Like, really, go. We don't need you. You are slowing up the possibilities that people need. Do you understand the number of people that are dying hopeless? That's why I exist, to help people begin to see the possibilities for themselves when they've been losing. Whether they're losing in love, whether they're losing in relationship, whether they're losing in finance, whether they're losing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because here's the deal. Just like you deserve the right to think what you think, so do they. And the opportunity to do so, and the opportunity to grow. The thing is, though, what you think, you don't even believe. Read the book, The Four Agreements, one of my favorite books on the planet. Don Miguel Ruiz talks about you don't believe what you believe at all. You believe what you've been conditioned to believe over time without having enough awareness of the other opportunities to then compare them and then potentially make a choice, right? I love the phrase that none of us are wise enough to be pessimistic. Think about that. Today, I need you to wake up. Because in order for you to thrive, if you have any construct of it's us versus them, you're dying. And if you're not willing to expand that concept, I need you to die faster. I need you to get out of the way. I do. We all do. Like, go. Like, seriously, go. It's okay. We're comfortable with you leaving sooner than later. Am I suggesting that someone commits suicide? No, God forbid. Come on now, get wiser than that. Am I suggesting that someone goes and harms someone else? Really? See, that's kind of why I'm here. I'm a little bit tired of that lifestyle. A little bit tired of that reinforcement, which all comes back to not knowing who you are as an individual. So Marquese, yeah, you're going off. Yeah, you're passionate. Yes, exciting. But what do you want me to do? I need you to start getting engaged with people who don't look like you, who don't think like you, who don't walk like you, who don't talk like you, who don't live where you do. And I need you to start researching. I need you to start interacting. I need you to start connecting. I need you to start confronting your demons, your insecurity, your fears, your dark side. I need you to start opening up and getting honest with someone on the planet so that you can begin to wake up. Because you're in the way. You're in the way. So when I say die faster, please, I'm serious. Like if you're not willing to shift, that's a form of dying, letting go of what you held on to as truth, right? If you're not willing to shift, because that's one form of dying to what you think you know, and being willing to expand and grow, which is the preferred method that I'm actually talking about, then I need you to leave the planet. I know that might sound ludicrous. Today, I don't care. When I look at the news and the things that we're going back and forth about, we're wasting time. I am committed at 47 that the next 40 to 60 years of my life will not be dedicated to garbage. They will not be dedicated to bickering with you over your idiotic, limited, constricted mindset. I'm just not. It's not worth my time. But at the same time, again, I have to go, well, wait a minute. There are some things I have to do because I'm in a planet among people where the majority of us don't even freaking read. Where the majority of us follow whatever our candidate says. Where the majority of us have not confronted our own demons. And so I have to act accordingly. Meanwhile, what am I going to do? I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to continue to bring conversation. I'm going to continue to ruffle your feathers. I'm going to continue to stir the pot because I know you're better than what you've been. I know that there's greatness on the inside of you, but your greatness does not come in your bank account, your status, your position. You know, we're so backwards that we'll continue to vote for an idiot. And this is not about Republican or Democrat. I really need you to be clear about that because I voted both ways and I really don't care what you think about it. In fact, we have a two-party system. It's ridiculous, but neither here nor there. If you're not a humanitarian first, then why are you here? Your first obligation, your first state before you get a title, before you attach yourself to someone else's belief is that you're human. Your love. That's your natural state. And then along the way, through your experiences, your misinterpretations of experiences, you've attached yourself to the hype, to the game, and became a pawn, thinking you were growing wiser and greater. You became a pawn in this game called life, where the powers that be could care less about you or me. That's why they leave us to do the scuffling. Yeah, they leave us to do the scuffling. Meanwhile, they gain more power, influence, control, money, and whatever their focus is. Wake up. I'm begging you, wake up. When will you sit down and reason? When will you sit down and connect? Who you're going to call? Who you're going to start spending time with? And shut your mouth and shut down your mind and actively listen that you might expand. I didn't say you had to adapt their point of view. I didn't say you had to accept their point of view. I'm just saying expand. Allow yourself to hear something bigger than you, something bigger than your experience, because most of our experiences aren't even true. Most of our experiences are truly about what we heard on CNN, what we heard on Fox News, what we heard happened to our friend. They're not our own experiences. It doesn't take a rocket science to know this world is messed up. And it doesn't take a rocket science to know that you, my friend, are responsible for it. Via your choices or your non-choices, they're both still choices. So when we talk about voting, yeah, get out there and be active. You should. But at that local level where things matter, and I still have homework to do there, where things matter. But even once the presidency and the government is all established, what are you going to do? What neighbor are you going to communicate with? What are you going to do in your community to make a difference? The difference being not with them so much as it is with you. Within you. Because if all you care about is your next promotion, feeding your family whatever it is you want to feed them, die faster. Please. Either by choice of mindset or just get the hell out of here. I'm ready to thrive. I'm trying to create a world where people can thrive, where people can see who they really are and truly connect and truly exchange. Wake up. It's Marquese Martin Hayes. It's Thriving Thursday. The other side of me. Peace.